Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. SeKo Starcraft, giving you some more high-level replays. We've got a 4-part series here between LiquidTLO, the red zerg in the top left, versus EmpireKas, blue Terran in the bottom right. Now, this is also a part of the Teamstory Cup series of 4 games between these two amazing European players. Quite excited to see what we've got in store for us here. I don't know exactly which order these all come in, so I'm going to assume this is game 1. For everybody else, they might as well know this is game 1. Speed up a little bit here at the beginning, because we're not going to say anything too crazy, I think, just yet. I do know that every now and then TLO will throw in some crazy fun shenanigans. We don't see any early ICV yet on the map that would indicate any type of proxy, I think, at this point. Do have a first gas going down here now. Slow it down a little bit because my computer can only handle so much. We have a fast. It's not fast. That's only on 14. That wasn't fast. What are you talking about? I need more coffee. It's too early in the day, so SeKo Drink Craft is just having some butterscotch flavored coffee right now, and it is fabulous. Nothing too out of the ordinary at this point. Getting that Reaper, always such an important scouting tool. And I mean, if you're going to scout with something, you might as well use a Reaper. If you're going to use an SCV, it's just going to... It might as well be at home mining. So, I'll try to use my Reaper scout as much as possible when I'm playing Terran. I am a little surprised we're not seeing any type of Zergling scout from TLO. You'll notice that he's hovering his overlord over on this side. So that way he would be able to run it away as quickly as possible if a Marine happened to run down. Does anyone remember back, there was a point in the Heart of the Swarm where you could actually start poop and creep before lair attack? Yeah, I guess they stopped doing that pretty fast. We have a second Reaper coming out, so that Overlord's going to be fine, but we'll see if there's going to be any damage that gets done by these 2 Reapers. I wouldn't expect to see a third. 2 Reapers seems to be pretty standard. 2 Zerglings. 2 Zerglings don't really get a lot done in the grand scheme of things. I mean, the Reaper is faster than Zerglings. All it's going to do is delay long enough for the Queen to get out, I'm pretty sure. Pull back the drone. Ooh, good pull into the Spore Crawler. Queens are finished now, so that should take care of that. Spore Crawler gets cancelled. There was a 1 Rax expand out of Kaz here. Pretty straightforward. And then we're going to have... I'm expecting 2 to 4 Hellions to come out and then move into some maybe Widowmine play. 3rd command center. I do enjoy that quite a bit. We don't see a fast... Ooh. This is no good. Full surround. Gets 1. Wow. That Reaper is tanky. I don't know how he got out of there. He was getting wailed on too. TLO does have the supply lead, but if we look at the units tab, you know, it's even on workers right now. 3 Queens are taking up a good chunk of that supply. With this moving into an orbital and this command center almost halfway done, it won't be long before Kaz edges out a really, really big lead overall in economy. We don't see a 3rd base yet out of TLO. Doesn't feel safe enough to do that with the Reapers on the map. We didn't see any of the Hellions actually come out for cast straight into widowmines, which I'm pretty sure is just the right way to do it when you're going to be going for that fast 3rd command center. It's a nice little defensive piece, but if you did run in with a big pile of Zerglings, a high enough pro with some good micro can generally trigger the widowmines, and then it takes so long for them to recharge. Some roaches coming out, which I do like. This should be able to come down and put some good pressure on this base. Oh boy, he's going to get that Overlord too. Not the best micro from Kaz there. You should still be able to get that with 1 or 2 more shots. Yep, there it goes. 1 roach out in front to be able to tank the shots. So 1 roach goes down. You'll notice that TLO didn't make any more roaches behind this. Oh, he did lose 1 there at the front. He was just doing this to try to deny mining at the 2nd base here, while he gets his own 3rd base up. Roaches are pretty tanky against these kind of units. There is a Marauder out now, so it should be able to take care of these without too much worry. Nice snipe on that 1 SCV there. Looks like you got 1 more unit. Widowmine? Nope. Gets another SCV. So this actually turned out to be really effective by TLO. Yeah, he managed to just about even up the worker kill count there, which was really nice. Creep spread isn't going that good. I've noticed a lot of Heart of the Swarm players now, there's been so much concern about the early game micro against the Reaper and the Hellion that the creep spread has really suffered. Which is unfortunate, because I think the creep spread is really what is going to give the Zerg the advantage in the early game. The early to mid game, where they are really immobile against the faster Reaper and the damaging Hellions. Oh yes, coffee. Widowmine's just going to come down here. This is pretty good. Spore Crawler's going to go down though, which is a smart move. He's going to lose one worker out of this. And then he's going to run away. Nope. Not that fast there, little guy. The other... I thought that was a mine for a second. The other really great thing about the creep is obviously the vision. Right now he's not going to see these units that are coming in to harass him until they're already putting on damage. If we look at the units tab now. I mean, there's still a pretty good league for the Zerg player, which you would expect. It is keeping pretty even though, because of obviously the 3 command centers that are down. We're going into a bio play after this. This is probably just going to move out of the way for a starport soon. TLO's got the speed up, so he's going to see everything that's going on out here. I'm surprised he hasn't parked an overlord or something just down here to be able to scout when the third is happening. I don't know if I like this from TLO. Has he got drops ready? No, I don't think so. Oh, it must have drops. Did I not see that tech? Oh, he's using these to tank the widow mines. Now I remember that this is actually smarter than I thought it was. Unfortunately, TLO does not necessarily have a lot of extra overlords behind this. It's a nice bust. Oh, does he get the SUVs? Get the SUVs with the... Damn. I see this happen a lot with pro players if they don't micro their individual banelings super well. And what that means is that there's great opportunities to kill more workers. 2 banelings would have knocked out, you know, most of those workers right away, and this would already be down. So I don't think that worked out super well. It's still working out well, don't get me wrong. It's still working out really well. I just think he took more losses than he needed to, and he'd already be busting down the main. He is going to target down the workers, which is good. Force the lift on the command center. Force the lift on the command center. I think drops would be a really smart play out of... That turned out really good. I don't know if you guys noticed that TLO ran the Roach ahead to draw the Widowmine fire back into the Marines. I think that turned out fantastic. He got a lot of damage. Right now, big trouble for Kas. Does he have medevac? Yes, he does, so he's probably going to have to go for a pretty risky drop here, I would think, to try to come back from this. I don't know if TLO is going to push in again. He did the damage he needed to. Running in with maybe 5 or 6 lings, though, sometimes you can draw the Widowmine damage close enough back to the Marines. Sure enough, here comes the drop from Kas. He needs to do something to catch Buck up into this game. And, as I always do when I'm Terran and I'm falling behind, I go for drops. What's coming on back here? Spine Crawler, 1 spine and 1 spore. It's enough to buy you time. I mean, it's not going to deflect a lot of drops. But it will do is make sure that all of the Marines are going to focus on the spine instead of the workers. So you'll be able to get there and deflect it fast enough. Centrifugal hoods happening for the banelings. Getting his upgrades moving along. 2-2 is on the way for Kas. So even through all this damage, he has maintained his upgrades, which is really good. See how quickly TLO remembers his injects at this point here. They don't look like they're really well timed up right now between his bases, so that makes it a bit more difficult. TLO's got a lot of units out on the map. This is a nice little push from Kas here. With these widow mines in the back, it's difficult for a big baneling, zergling army to try to trade cost effectively. Well, the widow mines did get a lot of kills. Is there any vision down here? Yes, there is. Alright. TLO should be able to clean most of this up. Back at home. Let's look at the units tab here. 34 workers. KAS is a long ways behind. Looks like he cut worker production for a little while there. He still has 3 command centers, but his money's really low, and he's been focusing on getting an army out that can try to put damage back on the Zerg player. As a Terran, if you're sitting back and you're defending too long, sometimes what ends up happening is that the Zerg gets too comfortable, they macro up too big, and then they'll hit you with like 12 Broodlords or something stupid that you can't defend against. So at this point here, I think KAS just really wants to try to turn the focus back around onto TLO so that it buys him more time. Is he going to get them in time? No, he doesn't. Well, the Widowmine didn't get a shot off, but it looks like it will right here. Oh, good shot. How many did he get? I couldn't tell. It died too fast. Not much left of this double drop up here. I don't think it really got too much done. I can't see him remaking any tech right now. The hive is finished. So his upgrades are going to keep continuing along to +3/+3. Pooping a little bit of creep, a little bit off to one side there. I don't think it's going to block the command center at all. Do like the Overlord spread though from TLO. He doesn't have an Overlord lead, which, I mean, he's starting to get a little bit of a bank. It would be good to pop out a few more just in case. Oh, if your drop doesn't work, just send more units with it. Eventually it'll work. Upgraded Marines with enough medevac support takes so long to kill. So I think that you're never out of it as a Terran player going up against Ling Baneling. There's no Mutalisks in here to deflect the drops. He's going into Ultralisk attack right now with Infestor support. Watching some really, really good games. Coming out of some of the Zerg players on Acer, like Scarlet, using the Infested Terrans coming out to be able to trigger any of the Widowmines that are going down. Good thing about having that Spore Crawler here, helps shoot it down some of the medevacs and detect any mines. Looks like another attack was happening up here. It seems as though every drop has at least a few mines in it. Come on, TLO, pay attention. Well, this base is up and going. It's not saturated yet, but KAS is back making 3 SCVs at a time. Picking off these Overlords in the middle. Once again, TLO does not have enough Overlords in his arsenal to be able to risk throwing away too much here. Oh, nice hit. Oh, that was really smart. He managed to pick up and hit most of those Widowmines before they burrowed. That's pretty funny. Still got these mines over here, which are going to help out a whole lot with this drop that he's doing. I think TLO is just going to go put on the pressure. If you notice behind this, KAS has had almost no defenses at home. Sure, he does have, you know, all of his rally to the front. Oh, Queen, look out. You're going to get smacked in the face. So this base is just going to get shut down. Another run by from TLO. You gotta be careful about these mine trigger hits here. Oh shoot, mouse, no. Come back. This stuff happening. It's interesting that Widowmines don't do splash damage to Widowmines. Okie doke. Interesting back and forth game there from TLO and KAS. I think that the bust that TLO did was really smart, pulling out the Overlords. I didn't think it was going to work with the sheer amount of Widowmines, but it worked out extremely well. So we're going to go on to the next game then. Tune in, and we'll be back soon.